Sayyidina Isa ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wassalam, bi'idhnillahi azza wa jal, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he was given the permission to wake up the dead. Mu'jizat al-Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam. He went to a group of people to do da'wah, to tell them that he is a messenger of Allah and that Allah is one who is alone and has no partners. Qadirul mutalaq, does what he wants, how he wants, where he wants, befitting to his majesty Jalla Jalaluhu wa Amma Nawaluhu. Nobody intervenes in that matter. When he gave his prophet Isa alayhi salam permission to do something that the mind cannot logically understand, what does this mean? It means that the glory and the power of Allah is expressed in this world through the people of Allah. So when Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam went to a group of people and he said to them, believe in Allah as one, they said, prove to us that you're a prophet. And he said, what should I do? They said, bring a dead person to life. And he said, choose someone. Choose someone. By the permission of Allah, I will put life into them. They went to a grave which was some 20-30 years old. Someone had been buried there for 20-30 years or so. He went towards the grave and they said, no, stop. Go to an older grave. Go to an older grave. He said, find the older grave. Then they found a grave that was in its hundreds, 200-300-year-old grave. Also in Al-Qurani Qabr. And Sayyidina Isa ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salam, he stood there and he said, Qum bi'idhnillah. Stand by the permission of Allah. At that moment the grave splits open. An old man comes crawling out, to the extent where his beard wasn't only white but it was frail and his bones were frail and he was drained of life, literally, just woken up from the dead. And Sayyidina Isa ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wasalam said, were you not a young man when you were buried? For it says on the tombstone that you were no older than 21. So what is this? Why do you wake up in such a state? He said, by Allah who has given me life now. By Allah who has given me life now. When I heard you say, Qum, I thought it was the angel calling out for the day of Qiyam. Out of the fear of being taken into account, I have lost myself.